Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Deepa Brar and I'm here to inspire you all to live a deeply beautiful life. So seriously though, welcome back. It's been a minute. I took a break from YouTube and it's for a really good reason. I'll let you guys know about that in a second, but I am posting this video because this is probably one of the questions that I get asked more than anything else. When did you start taking the supplements? How long was your hair falling out for? How long were you on AIP for? When did your hair start growing back? When did it stop? You guys really want to know the timeline. And I'm going to tell you all about the timeline in this video, but I do want to say one thing before we start is that everybody's hair loss journey or hair growth journey is completely different. So my timeline is not going to be the same for somebody else. So just keep that in mind. But I know that it definitely helps to kind of give you a gauge as to what's possible, as to what's worked for other people, and it gives you hope too. So I definitely wanted to put this video out for you guys. So before we get into this video, so now the really exciting news of what I've been up to. So I've kind of taken a hiatus from YouTube for a reason. I wanted to be able to help you guys a lot more with your hair growth journeys. And I just thought I had been really thinking a lot about what kind of resources I wanted to have, or I wish I had had when my hair was falling out. I just, it kept coming back to having some sort of a course or a program or something that I could follow that kind of took me step by step, but then also to have that second layer of having somebody to be accountable to. That would have been something that would have really just helped me so much. I basically had that in my husband in terms of somebody to be accountable to at that time. Especially when it comes to sticking to the AIP diet, because we know that's not easy at all. The other part of it, the knowing what to do step by step, I really just sort of did a ton of research. I just wanted to learn how to hack my body and to bring balance back to my body. So that is why I came up with the Hair Growth Intensive. So you might have seen me hinting at it earlier on this channel or on my Instagram. The Hair Growth Intensive is a coaching program. It's a 12-week course where we work one-on-one and I help you with your own hair growth journey. And we take you from A to Z and basically customize it for what you're going through, because like I said, everybody's hair loss is completely different. And so the weekly calls, the weekly worksheets, and then I have a hair growth journal that I've been working really hard on. But yeah, so it's a whole bunch of stuff. It's really exciting. I launched it a couple of weeks ago via my masterclass. If you guys watched the masterclass, thank you so much for basically sitting and listening to me talk for an hour. That was pretty awesome. And I'm so glad it brought a lot of you guys value. And I'm so glad that a lot of these videos have brought you guys value. But if you ever want to take it a little bit further, one step further in terms of having somebody to be accountable to and to have a guide to help you with your hair growth journey, I'm going to put a link to all of the information that you need to know in the description box, and you can refer to that, or you can DM me on Instagram at Deepa Brar. But okay, let's get into this video. Before we do, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to click that notification bell so you can find out exactly when I'm going to be posting another video. And I just want to tell you guys this, that I am going to be posting twice a week now. I'm so excited. I am just back here on YouTube and I'm really just want to put out a lot of helpful content for you guys. I posted a poll on my Instagram to find out if you guys actually wanted me to do product reviews. So like hair growth shampoos, hair growth oils, those kinds of things. And 87% of you guys said yes. So I'm definitely going to be posting a lot of review videos for you guys. And it's not just going to be for hair growth, it's going to be for hair health in general as well. So okay, let's get into today's video. So we're going to talk about my hair growth timeline. So back in August of 2016 is when I saw my hair starting to fall out. It definitely was a lot more noticeable. I've said before that I've had moments in my life like where my hair might shed, like on a yearly basis, there's a little bit more shedding at a certain time than any other time of the year. But this was that times like 10. I was getting ready to go to an event and I was blow drying my hair, and when I was using a round brush, I noticed that the round brush was just coated in hair, and that was just kind of alarming. That was more than usual. So that was in August of 2016, and that was kind of like the first sign that I had that something wasn't right. Before that, my mom had kind of mentioned that there was a lot more hair on the floor everywhere, but I kind of just chalked it up to it being that time of year or whatever. But that moment in August 2016 was when I started to realize that something was really going on here. And then I had taken off about, I think it was like the next week or next few days or something, to come to California to visit my husband Derek. And that was back when we were just dating, and I would come down and see him like, I think like every other month or something like that. But anyways, in September of 2016, when I was down in San Diego, I started to go to Whole Foods, and I would just talk to like anybody and everybody that would let me basically eat their ear off about my hair loss. And I just started taking supplements. I did a bunch of research to figure out like what the most important hair growth supplements are, which I have a whole video on that. If you guys want to check that out, I'm going to link it down in the description box for you. But I also had my blood work done before I left from Canada, and I was deficient in vitamin D, B12, and iron, which is like triple threat, like the perfect storm to have hair loss, which was one of the reasons why my hair fell out, amongst others. But I started supplementing. I took those, plus I would like every week just add more supplements, anything that would help with hair growth. That's basically what I did. And then I also started to learn about diet. I had seen that there was a couple of videos that people had posted that talked about the AIP or autoimmune paleo diet and how that it really helps with autoimmune disorders. I decided that I was going to start that. So September is when I started the supplements. October is when I started the AIP diet. And I started following that October, November, and December. I was doing the AIP diet, and I was about 95% strict. And what I mean by that is that I would make a little allowances here and there where I might have some like black pepper, or if I was going to a restaurant, I wouldn't stress over what the chef was doing behind the scenes. I would just say like, okay, I'll have sweet potato fries, or I'll have a burger with like a lettuce bun or whatever. But I wouldn't like totally stress out. I would just try to order as AIP as I could. But if there was something that they might have snuck into it, for me, like in what I've read, stress is one of the biggest contributors to alopecia or hair loss. So I just decided that I wasn't going to stress over it. And you still have to kind of live, you know, and I definitely would have like kind of AIP-ish alcohol, which what I mean by that is alcohol that is made out of things that is on the AIP permissible list, like grape-based vodka and stuff like that. So yes, so I was on the supplements, I was doing the AIP diet. I also added in stress management at this time. I started by doing meditation. I downloaded the Headspace app, and the Headspace app has a few, like 3 beginners courses that you can do that will help you get into or learn about meditation. And so I did all 3 of those courses, and then I would just kind of do random things here and there that on the app. And then I also kind of just tried to learn how to meditate myself. I was doing that. I was doing walking. I was doing yoga. I just tried to add in as many things as I could to just sort of like calm the stress reaction down. And I kept this all going until January is when the first time I had noticed that my hair had slowed down in terms of falling out. So basically what I mean by that is that there wasn't as much hair on the carpet, there wasn't as much hair in the cushions of the couch. It just like all of a sudden I just realized that there wasn't as much hair fall, and I would just kind of feel at the like my bald spots and all over my scalp just to kind of see if there was anything going on. And I felt tiny little follicles, and I was convinced that what I was doing was working. And I had asked Derek to look at my scalp, but he couldn't see anything, but I knew. I could feel it. I knew it was there. So I just basically stuck with what I was doing, and then slowly started doing the reintro for the AIP. So if you don't know much about the reintro phase, I have a lot of information on the AIP diet, which I will link in the description below for you guys as well. So basically I started to reintroduce foods and test foods and see what I could eat and what I couldn't eat. And just, yeah, my hair started growing. It just slowly started growing. And I wouldn't say that it all grew in at the the same rate, or that it all just naturally started to fill in. Because if you go back in my old videos, I had a patch here, patches here, underneath, and then I had overall thinning up here. Slowly things started to fill in, and it was at different rates. So I would say that about a year into my regrowth, my hair had grown, like I think the longest part was like 3 or 4 inches long. But there was one spot that didn't fill in, and it was one of the ones on the temple. I always forget which one it was, but it hadn't started filling in. It did a little bit, but then it cleared right out because I was still under stress like a year or two later. So that's when I started to implement alternative therapies to regrow my hair. So early in 2019, I did a bunch of research on essential oils for hair growth, and I kind of came up with my own recipe, which I have a whole video on that for you guys as well. A lot of videos for you guys. But I started to use that on my bald patch and then on my hair as well. And I also started to use the eye restore, which is the laser light therapy or low level light therapy device. And that was in, I want to say April 2019, but I could be wrong. It might have been February, or I think the February is when I started to use the oils, and then around April-ish is when I started to use the eye restore device. And then by September of 2019, that last patch finally filled in. So that is my complete and total hair growth timeline for you guys. And we're coming up on 5 years since my hair first started falling out. I'm going to be posting a 5-year update video for you guys in a few months. But like I said, I'm gonna have a bunch more videos for you guys to help you with your hair growth journeys. And please, 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 like I said, don't forget everybody's journey is different. So this is just designed to give you an idea of like what is possible and to give you some hope and some inspiration to some ideas on things you can do. But if you want to work a one-on-one, just click the link below and you'll find out more information about the hair growth intensive. And I have a lot more projects that are coming out for you guys. So I'm super, super excited to help you even more with your hair growth. So I'll see you guys next week with another video. Take care, everybody.